Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Elizabeth Klodas, cardiologist and founder of Step One Foods, and I'm really happy that you're joining us today for our live chat. So there's a slide presentation here I'm going to put back on the screen as I walk through the presentation today. And really, this event is meant to be mostly a Q&A. So I'm here to answer your questions regarding anything you have about Step One Foods. So just as a background, I'm Elizabeth Klodas. I'm a cardiologist. I'm in Minnesota. This is where the company is located. And I'm really proud of what we've accomplished at Step One Foods, being able to help people really take more control of their health with the way they live and specifically with what they eat. And that's the whole mission behind Step One Foods, is to empower people to be better stewards of their own health without necessarily just resorting to medications. Not that medications aren't important, but they're only one component of care, and how we live is the most important aspect of maintaining health, preventing problems, and recovering from any health issues we may have. So as we do our live chat, please also identify where you're from. We love to know where the questions are coming from, and we'll try to answer as many as we can within the time frame today. Okay, next slide. So let's see, how do I do that? Okay, here we go. So I guess I have more control over this than I thought. So the first thing we'll do is kind of go over my own reflections on lessons learned that I've had recovering from a pretty scary health event earlier this year, and the importance of building resiliency, and then why it's, we're focused on, September as being kind of a get back to health month, as, typically in September we resume all our regular kind of activities and health goals. So if you don't know already, earlier this year, I had a pretty scary health event. I was hospitalized in Costa Rica, of all places, with urosepsis, which is just a systemic body-wide infection caused by an impacted kidney stone. And that was really, really scary. I got really, really sick. I literally went from someone who was perfectly healthy 1 minute to someone who was on death's door within 48 hours. And I went into something called septic shock, where my kidneys shut down, my lungs filled up with fluid. I need a lot of oxygen to breathe. I was almost put on a ventilator. In fact, there's a shock score that is run on people with my particular, kind of set of events, and they, kind of enter all the data about what your blood oxygen is, what your blood pressure is, how your kidneys are functioning, et cetera. And they put it into the score, and they kind of figure out what your percentage of survival is, based upon all that data. And my likelihood of survival was in the single digits. So it was a miracle that I'm here. And as I reflect upon it, there were many things that went into that. One was the medical care I received, which was amazing. The other one was the incredible support and prayers and positive energy that came my way. I still, like, every time I think about it, I am humbled by how many people reached out and said a prayer for me. It made a huge difference. But the last thing was that my resilience was high. For the last few years, I have become much more physically active. I've been running every day. I've been following, my own guidance and eating better. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend I'm perfect, but I really have been trying to follow my own advice. And so I really came to appreciate what being in good health meant to my recovery. Had I been weaker, had I been, poorly nourished, had I not had a baseline of reserve for this event, I would have been dead. And it's amazing because I was otherwise healthy. I don't take any medications. I don't have any chronic health conditions. And yet here I was at death's door. Well, I guess now I have a chronic condition. I have kidney stones. So, but it was a wake up call. So this is why, I'm so passionate about making sure that people understand how important it is, even if you feel perfectly fine today, to build up your reserves. And it doesn't mean having to turn your life upside down. It's about the small little sustained changes that you can make and build upon to really build your health. So how to get back to your best health and increase resilience? It really is about small changes. Step one foods is step one. It's meant to be the beginning of a positive health journey, and we're here to help you, achieve that first, walk towards your best health. But it's whatever you want to do and that feels attainable and realistic for you. If you're not exercising right now, you don't have to start off, with a 5K tomorrow. It's just, you can walk around the couch a couple of times or walk a block or even start with 1 minute of physical activity. And if you increase that by 1 minute every single day, 2 months from now, you'll be walking for an hour. And that's amazing. That is a huge amount of improvement and a huge, bank of resilience that you have built. So it doesn't have to be all at once. You didn't get to your current health condition all at once. It takes time to build. But please, if you're not already doing it, start today. It makes a difference. I am truly living proof of that.